Alright, we are live.
Okay, I'd like to call this caucus meeting to order. As always, we look for motion to dispense with the reading of the minutes. First regular meeting dated Wednesday, May 14th, 2025, except prepared by the clerk. 4 pieces of communications. I'll be looking for a motion to receive and file, but anybody got any questions on communications? The mayor has a report she submitted. I don't know if she's going to have anybody come and read it, but it's on file as part of communications. Report of standing committees.
Let's go with Finance and Legislation Committee meeting to be held June 18th at 6 o'clock.
Any other committees? Megan, I gotta borrow a pen. I've left
Yeah.
mine at home. Thank you. Okay, legislation. We have 3 pieces. Two ordinances, and the third one's a resolution. Is there any questions or comments on legislation tonight? None. Unfinished business. No unfinished business. New business. Law director's absent, or auditor's absent. Safety director's still off sick, and no one's here to represent him, but I see property maintenance has been a hot topic, which should be addressed by the safety director. I don't know who is handling that.
I think honestly, we have a lot to talk about,
Absolutely.
but we don't have anybody here to talk about it with.
So when's the right time? When races come?
No, I would say immediately, but I don't know what we're gonna get. Just us talking, we all have the same complaints right now, right?
Yeah.
We all know of the
maintenance.
complaints, but again, they have to be addressed
Absolutely.
to who it belongs to.
I don't know where to go with that,
Yeah, I don't either.
We got a code enforcement officer, he's never given one report, he don't come to the meetings. They got rid of iWorks.
Yep.
Which I fought for.
Well, I'll be honest, I have one property in particular that I have a real issue with right now.
There's several.
There is, but I'm just saying one that I have been dealing with the homeowner, know what she's dealing with to some extent, and know that the property in question is not commercial.
Yep.
There's not a hard surface being parked on.
I know.
There's now 4 trailers there and an excavator.
I know.
My issue is I own a business in town. I have to pay $900 a month for a garage.
Mm-hmm.
I own plenty of vacant lots. If they're going to let you just start parking equipment on grass in vacant lots, why am I paying $900 a month?
So.
But
I agree with you 100%. If you want to get technical, I'm going to probably get a black eye. That's okay. It's been a while. If you want to get technical, Timmy Daly's been the safety director and never gave one report, but he kept getting a raise. Bob Benson only gave 1 report. We don't know where the property maintenance issues stand, and I'm also going to say it again, I'll say it again, and I'll say it again. Use the forms, date them, get Megan to write down, or you got a form where you hand them in.
Yep, absolutely.
Make sure Megan logs them in as to the date, they were handed over, and at some point in time, we don't get them back as to letters sent or violation issues, nothing. So we don't know where property maintenance issues stand.
Well, part of the problem too is it's always, we went and talked to them. Well, there's no
Yeah.
paper trail.
Right.
If we have to have a paper trail of turning it in, there should be a paper trail of, we didn't just talk to them, we sent them a letter too that said, this is the violation and this is what you have to do.
I agree, but property maintenance issues have been a problem And I don't see where they are getting handled, the paper trail that they're getting taken. So right here's the form, date, time requested by department, that's who, I guess who's getting it handed to, right? Nature of the complaint and other comments. And then date of completion, you know, was a letter sent out, was a citation. Did you go pay a visit to the property? And whatever should go under comments dated, and that should be returned to you so you can tell your constituents, hey, here it is, I turned it in.
Right.
That's not getting done.
No.
I don't care, well, I do care, but, you know, you say we're all friends, but this is business. And business is not getting taken care of. If it is, it's at a snail's pace. There are issues out there like commercial truck ordinance with the trailers. They can be citing them, whether it's administrative citation, citing them in the court, whatever they want to do.
They did cite him, but the tickets were,
From what we understand, I don't kn- I.
Yeah, Delch,
that-
can you explain, do you know any knowledge on it?
I know little, and again, the reason I didn't bring that forward is I was just told that by the person who lives there. She's had the officer out numerous times. The officer had claimed that he had wrote citations for this,
right.
and that they were not enforced or they were pulled.
Who
right.
pulled them?
I have no idea.
That's-
That's why I didn't. I'll just be honest. I didn't have all the information for sure. That's why I didn't bring it up here. But that is what I was told. I don't have anybody to combat that one way or the other. That's why
Well, the
I-
police officer said they
But who
were,
has authority to
they
pull
were
a ticket?
removed.
they told. I was told that by the homeowner.
They've
No, by
always,
the-
I
police
was
officer,
told
so-
by the police officer.
Okay. Well, then you
Yeah.
have a better understanding than I do. I was told by the homeowner. So I
Right.
didn't want to repeat something until I got to the bottom
So wait,
of
what
it.
did you hear, Ronnie? I'm sorry.
I was told by the police officer that them tickets, he issued 2 tickets there, and then they were removed.
How did he find out that they were removed?
I don't
The
think
the
we
police
did.
The
officer.
police officer?
I don't know.
I don't know, somebody had
No.
to tell them that they removed them.
So we gotta find
Yeah, I
out who
don't
told him, there's the
Yeah. Again, I
number one
didn't
point
have.
right there then.
Yeah.
I didn't have all the
Whoever told-
information.
whoever told 'em-
That's why.
From what you're saying, we should find out who told him that.
I don't
That-
like
that'll-
to speak
Right.
on
Get down to the
something
bottom
unless
of
I
it.
know for sure concrete.
Right.
That's why I didn't
Sure,
bring that portion up, just to be honest.
right, but if you know that, you said the
Mhm.
police officer knew, well, we could,
Yep.
it's our business then.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right, a lot of this, I feel we're not being informed on.
I just
How are they monitoring what iWorks used to do? He gave me the name of the program, but then the code enforcement officer, he added something else. But he's never come to council, okay, we done away with iWorks because of this is what we're using now, this is the program. Does anybody know?
No.
It's called iCloud, I think, not iCloud.
You
What
got
is
that
that?
on your phone.
and again, when we have some that are habitual offenders, never get fixed, never get addressed. And again, when we speak with the administration, they talk of the little old lady who don't have the money, this or that. My concern is the blatant disregard.
Absolutely.
The one up there that we are discussing right now on 6th Street.
Absolutely.
You discussed it. You brought up Narcissa.
That's
we have
another
one on there.
Same thing.
I know of a few of them. I work out of town a lot, honestly, but I know of a few of them that there's really just no reason for this. I don't understand that the ordinances are black and white. They're very easy to follow, and
Yeah.
these people are breaking them. I mean, that's
Absolutely.
all there is to it.
We were on the news tonight
I did not.
about Maplewood,
I did not see that.
that house with the
Oh,
dog.
Yes.
Did
Oh,
you see
yeah.
it?
Dog on the
Yeah,
roof.
the dog on the roof.
But those windows have been broken out for months, upon
Right.
months, and have been
And you
reported.
turned it in.
So,
You did turn that in.
and the windows could have been,
Do you use
Something.
these forms? You guys gotta
yeah. I
use
know.
these forms. Please, I said it several times. Use the forms. Make sure Megan keeps a track of when the form was turned in.
Yeah.
so Megan, do you take them over, or do you have the person turn in, do they take them over?
I usually take them over.
You should, okay,
Mhm.
so make sure that you fill these forms out.
How long should we give them to get those back to us?
I don't know,
Cause if I wanna follow up on it,
right,
like, I mean, I
would
think we
say-
all should,
I
huh?
would say
Uh-oh,
a
Megan?
week, like by time, I would say a week, don't you
Okay.
think, like, if you don't
Yeah,
hear
'cause
something in
things
a
don't
week, then
happen
call.
overnight.
Yeah,
right, and that's fine. But please, use these forms, make a copy for your records.
Right, I'm just gonna say that.
Make
usually
sure it's
make an
given
extra
to
copy.
Megan.
yeah.
Megan can, record the date that you handed the form, so please. And once again, the administration should be under comments, making their comments on what they did. Send a letter, send a police officer, whatever, and sign it and send it back to you.
Yeah.
So when people come down, hey, you turned it in, you done your thing.
That's
It's
what I
right
showed,
here.
cause I got tons of them.
I know,
But this-
you know,
this-
I know.
Also, in another, next week, during caucus, or committee, this needs to be a conversation we have when the people who are responsible for this are
No
in the
problem.
Administration.
Yeah.
And can we can request Billy to come to a meeting, we can request it, right?
Absolutely. That might be a not, I'd like to hear,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
does
Yeah, I
that
think-
council wanna do that?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely,
Dallas,
yes.
Ricky?
Yeah, bring
Yeah.
whoever we need to
Yes.
bring in, I guess.
Mhm.
Okay, so
Next call.
Megan, can you make a written request to code enforcement officer, ask him to be at the next committee meeting next Wednesday, 6 o'clock?
and we know that, the current safety service director is out on sick.
Extended leave.
Yes.
But if we have a per diem,
Well, my thing is, if we have another safety service director who is acting right now,
mm-hmm,
He
Okay.
fills in, but he's not, I don't know if he's doing he's doing
Okay.
some stuff.
He should still
Right.
be here.
yeah, I was
Yeah,
hoping that we
me
could
too.
we could have him here as well.
So he can hear what's going on.
Right, do that. But, and also, Megan, when you put in your letter to court enforcement person, ask him on the program that he's using to replace iWorks. It's called Cloud something, he did tell me the name. Ask him to bring that information so we have an understanding how this stuff's being handled. I wouldn't be a bit surprised if he doesn't show, but we'll see.
Jimmy's not coming either?
He never texted me.
Is there anything else under the safety service director's portion? That's another thing, why do we have it on there? And he's given one report, and it was a good report. But,
but I did ask John if we need to have something in writing where we get a monthly report, since we've all requested a report multiple times.
it's on the list, agenda list.
Yeah.
I never got along with him that well, but Ed Wilds used to give a good report.
Yes, he did.
The
You know,
August just came through.
You know, I don't
Remember when
really
you said
think it needs to be
August,
done
I
every
thought it
meeting,
just
every
came through
regular
right now.
meeting, but at least once a month.
Yeah,
Right.
The mayor gives a report every meeting,
mm-hmm,
regular meeting.
yeah,
How hard would it
It
be,
just all came through,
you
all
know,
right now.
my office received so many complaints,
So funky.
citations were issued.
Yeah.
You know, whatever, some,
What did Ed Wilds talk about? What was
anything,
Everything that was
Permits.
going on in the city.
Yep,
permits that he issued,
everything.
any complaints.
Yeah, since I've been here, I've never heard a report.
Ed,
I mean, you said one report Bob gave.
Bob
Yeah.
gave one report, and it was a good report, it really was, but that was only one out of all the time he was here. Timmy Daly never gave one, he kept getting raises, these guys are getting raises, and we are not aware on half the stuff that's going on. So, is there anything else under the safety service director's position that we should be talking about or asking for? Motion during caucus,
make a motion.
second,
Second.